Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you 5 steering exercises for beginner drivers. In this video, I'll be going over 5 simple steering exercises that you can use to improve your steering. And this is especially important if you're a beginner driver. These steering exercises will help you become a better driver. Now let's get right to it. I'm going to start off by putting my seatbelt on, and then I'm going to basically be explaining the exercise and then also showing you how to do it. Now I tried to give you a pretty good angle where you could see the side of the car, my hands on the wheel, and so forth. So let's get right to it. The first steering exercise is a figure 8. Now you want to do these ideally in an empty parking lot, because if you're trying to do them on the road, you're not going to have enough space and there might be some traffic or pedestrians that are on the road as well. So you want to try this in an empty parking lot at a time where the parking lot will be completely empty. So like a no traffic time. Right now there's nobody in this parking lot. So let's get right to it. Figure 8 is the first exercise. Put the car in drive, the parking brake is off, and what we're going to do is we're just going to loop in a figure 8. So we're going to steer right, left, and so forth, back and forth. All right, so we're starting off right here. I'm going to go straight to get a little bit of extra space over here. And now we're going to start the figure 8. So I'm steering right. Now I'm going to steer left. We're doing a full loop. Okay. Now we're going back this way. And then I'm steering right and I'm doing a full loop to the right. Okay. Going back this way. Now we're going to continue the figure 8. I'm doing a full loop to the left. Just like that. Continuing this way. Full loop to the right. And you want to just keep doing that. You want to do narrow turns, you want to do wide turns, you want to keep working, the figure 8. You want to do like a big, wide figure 8, then you want to do a really, really narrow and tight figure 8. And that's going to help your steering control, okay? The second steering exercise is to actually do wide and sharp turns within the same circle. So if you can imagine, I was doing, let's say, a right circle. So I'm doing a circle like this clockwise. Okay, I'm going clockwise, but I'm going to be turning sharp then narrow, sharp and then wide, sharp and then wide. So you're going to continue turning, let's say, to the right, but you're going to alternate between a very sharp turn and then a sort of wider turn, just like this. So once again, you want a lot of space wherever you're doing this. So I'm going to start off by doing a very sharp turn, then I'm going to open it up a bit. Sharp, open it up a bit. Sharp, open it up. Sharp, open it up a bit. Sharp, and continue doing that, okay? Very sharp turn, then open it up. Sharp turn, then open it up. So you want to do that, and then you want to do it the opposite way. So I'm just going to reposition myself right here for a second. And then now I'm going to do the same thing, but going, steering to the left, okay, which is counterclockwise in this situation. So I'm going to start off, we'll start the turn, and then we're going to do a sharp left turn, open it up a bit. Sharp, open it up. Sharp, open it up. And you want to continue doing that. Sharp, sharp turn, and then open it up a bit more. And what that's going to do is that's actually going to help you understand how much you need to turn the steering wheel to actually get those turns happening, okay? The third steering exercise is forward 90s. That's what I like to call it, forward 90s. So a 90-degree turn is basically like a right angle. So let's say I was driving and I made a 90-degree turn, I would go this way. Then I would make a 90-degree turn, I would go this way. So you want to basically make a box. You want to continue doing 90-degree turns to make a box. So right here, I'm going to start off with the left. So I'm going to go ahead and make a left 90-degree turn. Full lock, turn the wheel. So turn the wheel all the way, 90-degree turn, straighten out. Once again, 90-degree turn, straighten out. Once again, 90-degree turn, straighten out. And one more to complete the box. 90-degree turn, straighten out. Just like that, okay? That's how you do forward 90s, and obviously you would do the same thing to the right as well. So I'm not going to demonstrate it to the right because it's the same thing, you're just turning to the right. The fourth steering exercise is going to be reverse 90s, which is the same thing, but you're going to obviously go a little bit slower and take a little bit more time when you're doing this because you're going in reverse, and you want to make sure you get nice 90-degree turns. So once again, I'll do it to the left right here. I'm going to put the car in reverse. I know the parking lot's completely empty, but I'm just going to take a quick look, make sure we are absolutely good to go. So I'm gonna steer to the left for these reverse 90s right now. So I'm gonna go back just a little bit to gain some space over here. Now we're gonna do 90-degree turn, and you'll notice the front of the car will sort of like whip around. Okay, now I'm gonna straighten the wheel, go back a little bit more, 90-degree turn. Okay, straighten the wheel, continue going back, 90-degree turn. Straighten the wheel, continue to go back, and then 90-degree turn. And then straighten the wheel and continue to go back straight. Now what that is that's basically a box, but instead of going forward, you're going in reverse. Okay, you want to basically create a box going in reverse. And then the last and final exercise that I want to show you is actually a really important one, because it's what I like to call the half circle avoidance. So sometimes you're driving and there might be an obstacle that you have to go around. Now you can swerve out of the way, or sometimes you can actually do what I like to call a half circle avoidance. So basically, if you can imagine you're driving and there's an obstacle right here, you're gonna do a half circle around that obstacle and continue driving. If you can imagine you're driving down a street and all of a sudden there's an obstacle, you're gonna go around that obstacle and continue driving down that path. So I'm just gonna reverse to get some more space. And what you wanna do is you wanna just imagine that there's an obstacle somewhere, and that's what you're gonna avoid. Obviously, you don't wanna try this with a real obstacle. You can, like something like a pylon would be okay, but if you're learning to drive, you don't wanna be, purposefully steering around obstacles in case you make a mistake and you hit that obstacle or you scrape your car. I don't want that to happen. So just pretend there's an obstacle, or like in front of me, there's like a little puddle on the ground over here almost. I can sort of go around that. So let's say I was driving forward, okay? Now I'm gonna do the half circle avoidance, so I'm gonna go around this watermark on the ground, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm continuing straight, just like that, okay? It's that simple. Now I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna do a half circle avoidance to the right. That one was to the left, we're gonna do it to the right now. So, once again, there's no puddle or no obstacle here, so I'm just gonna imagine that there's something. I'm driving straight. I'm gonna imagine that there's an obstacle right here, so I'm gonna swerve around to the right, come back to my pathway, and then straighten out. So as you saw, I steered to the right, then I steered to the left, and then back to the right to get straight again. So you wanna, if you can imagine, this is your path. You're driving straight, you go around the obstacle, and then you continue driving straight on that same path that you were driving originally. And that's basically it. In this video, I've gone over 5 steering exercises for beginner drivers. These are awesome if you're a beginner driver, and they'll definitely help you learn how to steer better and how to become a better driver. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment, and of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.